the trains for probably
an hour, maybe an hour and a half.
An hour to an hour and a half, according to Erica over there. And there's Zio.
Hey, I'm still alive.
I don't know if you could see them because I'm front-facing camera, so I can't see if that worked.
I saw myself.
Okay, so you saw them, and we're going to Hakone. Hakone in and of itself would be like a vacation to a Japanese person, so it's like a vacation inside our adventures.
Our vacation's much bigger on the inside.
It is.
This isn't a vacation, it's work. We're working so hard.
Our work is bigger on the inside.
Our work is a
It's
TARDIS.
vacation on the inside.
Our work is a vacation on the inside. We're going to Hakone with the hot springs. Apparently there's this hot springs, I think Yunesan or something like that. It's $28 to get in, but there's sake bath hot springs, chocolate hot springs, red wine hot springs. I'm not sure if all of them are open all the time, but that's what there has been before. So I want to go to the chocolate one. I think that would be awesome. And it's $28. You wear a bathing suit, and we found a coupon that's you get either free lunch with $28, or for $36 you get unlimited all-you-can-eat steak and sushi buffet. So we might try that depending on how much money we have. And that'll be interesting, and we'll report back to you what kinds of unique things there are here. Train to Goro, which is somewhere high up in the Hakone Mountain region, and yeah, you could see out there for a moment some trees, and that there were mountains behind us, and a lot of fog, so we're probably at a reasonably high elevation. We'll see if my internet's still working up here as we get further along. I'm betting the last station we were at might be the last place that this will work magically wirelessly, but up at our hotel it should work. If my magical internet device, which I bought for $150, is supposed to cover the internet use until April 1st. If it works up there, then it gets an awesome glowing review. So we're going up, and soon we'll be at the Hyatt Regency Hakone, which will be fun. God damn it, Erica. Hopefully the Hyatt will be spacious, but odds are all the rooms are small like they are in Japan. If we get a big room, that'd be really cool. Our own bathroom would be cool, which
Slightly bigger.
we'll probably have at least that. We'll probably have a slightly bigger room at least, but it should be fun. We're hopefully going to go to I think, Yunesan with the sake and the red wine baths, bathing in real red wine. Sounds kind of cool. So yeah, we've got probably 40 more minutes on this train, so we'll and now the train is shaking and going to explode. Oh no. We're in a Japanese taxi, and if you can't tell from behind me, the fog is so thick. Look at that tree. That tree's like right behind me, and you can't see it. Yeah, we're up in the Hakone Mountains, and the fog is super thick. A friend mentioned that there were like storms or something. I don't know. But super foggy. We're going to the Yunesan onsens, which have all kinds of different hot springs, different man-made baths too, like with red wine, sake, and things like that. I don't know if they're all open all year. Could be why we're getting a discount, like $36 includes the all-you-can-eat buffet, only through April, so clearly it's not a very common winter thing, but they're still open all time, and some of it's indoors, so shouldn't be a problem. And I kind of want to do outdoors hot springs with warm water and cold air. Sounds interesting. interesting. I want to see what that's like. But yes, so much fog. It's kind of cool up here. So we've come to like a very tiny sushi place in Hakone near Goro Station. And it's very cool. They've been very helpful to us. Very, very kind at telling us what things are and showing us how to eat things. Like these things should be eaten by hand, not by chopsticks. But these are okay with chopsticks. These are okay with chopsticks.
Sushi.
And I've got miso soup, and then water, which is not water. This was sake, and so I drank too much, and that was not what I expected.
You should have known.
I should have known, because no one else had water, but I thought Zio had one, so I was like, oh, we got water. And no, sake this. It's sake.
I'm gonna sit over here and drink my grass water.
I'm gonna enjoy mine.
Erica doesn't like tea and can't get enough sugar. We can't convince them that sugar's good for you. Because they... See you guys when we leave the mountains, probably. この sushi shop はとてもすごいです。This sushi place is really awesome. They talked to us in Japanese, and they clearly know enough English to help us with anything we don't understand.
Sorry, I was completely unrelated. I was trying to think what the first day of the month was. Suitachi.
The sushi's been very good, and I think I will probably ask for more nigiri and maki after we get the set thing. That should be fun. I think they keep calling me grandmother because of my
私のグランマね、昔のばあちゃんってほらパーマがないから私がこんなちょっと長くしててこうやっておまんじゅうにしてたんですよ。それでいっぱいピンでこうやって止めてただこれ全部こうやってそのばあちゃんがパーマかける時代じゃないからおばあちゃんよね。だから私がグランマだってこう言った。
So yeah, that's what I get for having long hair. Oh well, this place is awesome, and we get to practice more Japanese, and it's been very fun and delicious. To Gora Station, and I mentioned to the taxi driver that we're hungry, and so we needed to find a cheap restaurant. He stopped briefly at a few places, mentioned a couple that were expensive, told us one place had curry rice, and then mentioned this place here has gyoza. So we're going to a small restaurant in Gora. I asked him how we'd call a taxi back, and I think the restaurant will be able to do that for us. They're probably used to that here. So yeah, and we're right next to we're waiting outside under a lamp. Well, there's an umbrella. There's an umbrella and a heater. And it's kind of rainy, not that bad. And there's
also right next to you, kind of a creek.
There's a stream / mountain creek behind me, and it's just kind of cool being up here. And yeah, we didn't have to go to the station and wander around to find some place because our Japanese skills have gotten good enough that we can have other people find food for us. Yay! The menu was gyoza, and more gyoza. Just a whole bunch of different types of gyoza, and then I noticed the sign outside. This place is called Gyoza Center, and it's good, I think. They might be pickier than me. Don't know. In me, you can see some mountains.
Mostly see me though. Hi.
I don't know if you can see as well as we can in person, but it's kind of cool. You can't see the top. Goes really high. There's some like dams or something. I don't know. Looks cool though.
You want to take yourself out of the shot if you actually want to get a shot of it.
Shut up, Zio. I did that already.
Okay, just making sure.
We are now up in the air. See, look, we're all gonna die. You can see underneath me that we're not attached to the ground, and it's kind of like a giant ski lift, the Hakone ropeway. With all the snow on the ground, definitely feels like a giant ski lift, so it's kind of cool. I kind of want to ski down like this hill right behind me.
And die. Look how brutal that is. You'll die.
When we get to the top, I think it's an 8-minute trip, so this might be quite a ways away and hopefully really high up. They said something about like the ground just like dropping away after one point, which sounds really fun.
I still haven't gotten any Pepsi. I still haven't gotten any Pepsi on this whole mountain. Just
We're gonna be like halfway up there. There's just gonna be a vending machine in the forest, just all by itself with glowing golden lights. And
on the side, it will say Coca-Cola.
No, it'll say Pepsi. So you put your hair in the way. It was just like a big poof of Zio hair.
How you doing?
So, mountains, sulfur. Mountain's totally gonna explode while we're over here.
These are blurry as shit.
So we're all probably going to the top of some kind of volcano. I think it last erupted 3,000 years ago, which means there's still a good chance that we could all die. We'll come on the exact day that it decides to erupt again and destroy the whole world. Zio throws in a rock, it makes the volcano erupt, destroys Tokyo. He's the entire cause for the creation of Neo Tokyo.
You're welcome.
Good job, Zio. Erica says it's cold up here.
Zio says we should take a hike.
take that stupid egg.
Climb to the top of the mountain and claim it as Mount Zio.
So this one's gonna be Mount Zio.
Yes.
Okay. Go on up there and plant your flag.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. So while Zio's doing that, let's get something to eat. So it smells good over here.
Oh, I'm back. I'm sorry.
All right, where's your flag? I can't see it.
You need to look through the scope and you'll see it way up there.
Well, go ahead. Put in some coins.
You're the one who wants to see it.
Mountains off in the distance. Somewhere over there, behind those clouds, you can see Mount Fuji. But the clouds look like they're getting worse from that direction, so oh well. It's cool up here.
You can see
And kind of cold. A open air museum. There's a bunch of statues, more statues, a whole bunch of things over there. It's kind of cool. And this place is big and definitely very open to the air. And we can see mountains. Airs of the open air museum and come to a forest inside the museum. There's some statues and Erica. I said there's some statues and an Erica. We found a girl with cock. Buck, buck, buck. You want to eat, Zio?
So I found this place, and it's called Cafe Bar Woody, and as you can very plainly see, there is Woody huffing his wood.
Most rurally mountainous region. We just had to take like a rope car to get up about 3/4 of a mile. So just like, you know, several blocks rather than walking. It's raining, but we're hoping that the Hyatt Regency Hakone is here. So yeah, we'll show you soon. Made it to the Hyatt Regency Hakone. You can read it on the sign, it's lit up. But yeah, hi other Hyatt people, everyone who stayed at any Hyatt. It'll be interesting to see what this Hyatt is like inside. Hopefully not as cold as it is out here. There's snow everywhere. I guess we are in the mountains. Spacious on the inside, like every other Hyatt, but the check-in area, we've only got one desk. I can't imagine them checking in 100 people at once, though, especially climbing so high. But we did figure out the right way to get here, taking the cable car up one more station than Google Maps tells you to, and then walk downhill here.
Yeah.
So when we go back, we're gonna walk downhill to the next station. Hopefully that'll work, and we'll be traveling less uphill.
Open 11 till 10:30 p.m. and 47 is the evening. Again, there's complimentary service. And then you go to the onsen.
Made it to the Hyatt Regency Hakone, and the room is big. A giant bed that's like two double beds squished together, and it goes on and on, especially compared to our last room, so much that there's even a second room where you can close people off if you, I don't know, put them in timeout, want to have your own little mini tea ceremony at this tiny table. There's free drinks in the lobby until 7. The onsen's open till midnight, and we found the instructions for using the onsen. And it's kind of scary. Well, let's just read it. Remove your clothes. The onsen is enjoyed naked. Swimming suits are not permitted. Kawaii. I'm not sure if I can be convinced to go. It says, do not take anything into the tub with you, not even a towel. But apparently that's a thing in Japan, and has been for like ever. Since onsens, I guess, I don't know. One of the places we are going, it definitely allows bathing suits with all the weird, different kinds of baths, like a red wine bath and things like that. And that's only like $20 to get in. So yes, we're going there. I don't know about this onsen, but the room is awesome. The lobby was huge, and soon we're going to go downstairs and check out the free drinks. So hello to all of our Hyatt people who helped us get points. I'm sharing them with loyal staff, VP Erica, testing out the internet over there.
Angry.
And Zio, guest head. You probably remember them. So yeah, thank you Hyatt Minneapolis, Becky, Jillian, everyone there, Abby, thank you Hyatt Regency Chicago. You guys are so awesome. We just Sharon and Deb, we're looking forward to seeing you guys soon, and we're experiencing more Hyatt stuff. Yay! Now if only we had free drinks till 7 p.m. We went to the onsen downstairs, and it was pretty cool. I keep my baths about that hot, so it reminded me of a giant swimming pool-sized bathtub, like 40 feet long, only like 2 or 3 feet deep, probably 2 feet deep, because you could sit down and be just fine. And it was really cool. The water was nice. You shower before getting in, and you can take a towel all the way up until you get in, all the way like to the edge of the water. So that's not really an issue. It was kind of cool, and my hair's still wet. And then afterwards, they provided disposable combs and like toothbrush and ear swabs and a razor. So we used all of those. And this place so far has been really cool. They didn't it was kind of empty. There were only like 2 other people there. But yeah, it was really neat. Nice warm water. You normally don't get to experience a bathtub in Japan, so that was kind of the best part, is just being able to soak and relax. So we just went to the Hyatt Regency's restaurant, and it was expensive, but I think it was pretty good.
Hi.
These guys have no opinion.
I have an opinion. You didn't hold it there very long.
All right, so I guess I'll start with me then. I ordered scallops and shrimp, and it was good, but it was a very, very tiny portion. I was not quite expecting
It was
that.
small.
And I felt like I was going to starve if Erica and Ryan did not give me a little bit of their food.
I told them to bring us extra rolls, though, and they did, so that kind of helped.
Yes.
They can't see me through your hand. I ordered what I thought was truffle and spinach ravioli.
That's what the description said, because it was some French dish.
But it ended up being turkey, maybe duck.
I thought it was good.
It was some kind of very light chicken tasting thing. But anyway, and it came with like vegetables and these 2 beef medallions, and then 2 pieces of the truffle and spinach ravioli.
There were also pieces of onions, which I totally stole.
I said assorted vegetables.
Onions are not assorted vegetables.
And it had like this glaze on it. And it's funny because the truffle and spinach ravioli was probably the worst part of it. It was very dry. It was like they used a bad pasta or not even pasta, like they made it themselves. It was very thick. And then the actual inside of the ravioli could have used a cheese or something because the spinach and truffle kind of just tasted like they were like pureed together.
Really dry.
And it was mushy and unpleasant all the way around. Everything else on it was pretty good.
I had the steak and the steak frites, which is basically steak and fries. The steak was
Free.
steak.
You don't say the S.
Steak frites.
Yes.
Okay, steak frites. The fries were good, and everyone else stole a lot of my fries, and I got plenty of
I did.
fries.
They were good fries.
It was really good. The fries were surprisingly the best part.
The steak was really good. They didn't ask me how I wanted it done, so it was done
Moving.
kind of red in the center, but brown on the outside. So I would say probably medium.
I would say it was pretty rare. At least the
Maybe
piece
medium
you did
rare.
say.
It's medium rare, yeah.
Yeah, so medium to medium rare. It was good. I was sad that there was no salt or pepper on the table, so that's kind of a thing you have to get used to. Is you can't have salt and pepper.
Another thing while we're on Japanese cuisine, you don't like ask for your order to be made differently. Like I dislike onions on sandwiches, just across the board, and you kind of just got to deal with it because.
That's why at McDonald's I can't have anything other than chicken nuggets. I want a plain hamburger, and I don't know if they know how to make that.
Yeah.
Actually, I believe you can ask differently. We just don't know how.
Maybe. The internet told me something about, like, if you say Shiro burger or, like, salt burger, then they'll give you just, like, a plain hamburger, which sounds delicious, because I just want a plain hamburger. I don't like all those condiments.
I just want sweet and sour sauce, but they don't have it here. I can't eat chicken nuggets without it.
Yeah,
That was my saving
McDelivery,
fave
we
with
only
the
had two
honey
sauces.
mustard.
Yeah,
That was a dark day.
there was mustard and barbecue sauce and
That's it.
ketchup,
That's
like, for
it.
all the sauces
The three
that you could
things.
get.
It was a big. These were all like dipping packets, so the mustard was just a big packet, and it was pretty gross.
Yeah, so, but downstairs we each had like 3 rolls. That helped. My big suggestion would be to the Hyatt. They should fill people up on bread. So even if like Outback Steakhouse does, so that even if it's a small portion, even if it's good, then it still tastes good.
However,
and fill you up.
If they're going to fill people up on bread, they should probably have better tasting bread.
Yeah, this was really dry bread. We practically had
And
to
bland.
soak and drown in
It
butter
was,
to be good.
stop making them look at your hand.
Sorry.
It was very bland and very, very dry rolls. I pretty much had to drown my roll in butter, like hold it under the bubble stop. And it was still not very good, mostly because they were also, like, cold. Like, they'd been sitting on something that heated the bottom, but the rest themselves had dried out and gotten cold.
Fresh bread would have helped, or something like that. Like at Outback, the bread, I don't know, it's also kind of dry, but they give you a ton of butter, and it's like just really easy to butter, just because of the way it's designed to be cut like a loaf. So you butter each slice, so you don't notice quite how dry it is.
Yeah, and the inside is still moist because of the outer, like, heel. but these were just little bitty dinner rolls.
Too
So
too
they were
small
just-
for that to work.
Yeah, so they were just dry except for the very, very center, but
You know your rolls aren't very good when you start off eating the roll and you start comparing them to something better. I started talking about sweet rolls with honey butter, and that's so much more delicious than what we actually had.
Oh, that reminds me of the one time that we went to like the Thunder Bay Grill in the Quad Cities. So if you're going to Anime Zing, check out the Thunder Bay Grill. It's right across from the Clarion, but we're not having Anime Zing there anymore. But yeah, that place they started you off with these like cinnamon butter rolls. So next time you're in Davenport, come into Anime Zing and have like extra money because it was kind of expensive. You could go there.
if you don't have extra money, you can go to Denny's.
It's so true.
We found two. Is it my phone? Yes, it is.
Find it? Awesome.
Yeah, I put it in this pocket instead of my other pocket.
抹茶なら茶葉の健康成分が丸ごと9種類
Speaking of which, are you done?
抹茶って茶葉丸ごとだから体に抹茶なら茶葉の健康成分が
Kind of a cool place.
その抹茶が入った家に
Let's see what we've eaten. Erica's fried chicken was like country fried chicken.
They're really good batter.
Yeah, it was good. Like, didn't seem bad in any way. My tempura, udon. Some of the tempura was weird. I didn't know what it was. So.
I ate his mushroom. I ate all the mushrooms.
Mushroom. And Zio's curry must have been good.
It was good.
And now he's eating more of Erica's food. Because Zio, I think, had the smallest portion overall. So.
It was normal size for curry rice. It was
But
fine.
that's still not very much on its own. But this place was really neat, not very expensive, especially compared to the Hyatt, where every little thing was $40. This was like $10 for everything, and probably pretty inclusive.
Curry rice was
Quaint is a good word for it. It's very little and cute.
Yeah, there's a lot of things on the walls, decorations everywhere, and like lots of things hung up. There's if you can see the Mario mushroom behind me. But this place is cool. Hopefully we come back. We just went to Yune-san, the hot springs, the real mountain hot springs, which were totally kind of like a water park.
Yeah, it was
With bats.
definitely modernized to appeal to not foreigners for once, but families. They had to do stuff to keep the kids and
I
the
saw a lot of boy and
teenagers,
girl,
couples.
around.
Yeah,
Even old ones.
like it was pretty untraditional. Like they had quite a few different hot springs. They had wine, they had green tea, they had hot sake.
Most of it, I'd say, it was probably like 90% water, and then you poured like 10% wine.
One of their things was for Valentine's Day through White Day, I think. They were doing a chocolate, chocolate one, and it looked like they took a bath of water and melted one Hershey bar into it.
Yeah, there wasn't enough chocolate.
Like-
If there was more, like it would have been a lot cooler if it was like you got soaked in chocolate and you come
Well, and
out
the false
sticky. That
advertisement
would have
too,
been awesome.
because they had pictures of it where these girls were holding what looked like slightly watered down like Hershey syrup, but the water itself was no thicker than average water. It didn't even look like chocolate. It was more purple.
It was still fun. Like it smelled really good, and it just didn't seem to have like taking a bath in chocolate. That kind of experience would have been way cooler.
I spent a lot of time in the wine. That was probably my favorite.
I think the ones that smelled good, the coffee smelled really good. Like, even, I don't like coffee, but I thought the smell of it was, because it just smelled awake, and that's why I liked it.
One of them was a water bath, which sounds redundant, but what they mean by that is it is a natural outdoor water bath, as in they are not heating it. I put a foot in, it was like, well, none of that, and then the two boys here, Ryan and
Zio
Theo,
jumped in first, and I had to, and then some
this
Japanese
other
men did it
guy, yeah, to show off off for either me and his kids. This Japanese guy was like, if they can do this, I can do this, and all three got in. So
I think his kids got in too, like for a
the
second.
boy stepped down. I was like, oh no.
And the girl's like, no, no, no.
So if I learned anything from that experience, it was men's stupidity stretches across the races. It's just a gender thing. Because me and the other girls were like, oh no, that is cold. And because it wasn't, it's not like cold today, but it wasn't warm. It's probably about
It
50.
was just the right temperature.
It was
when
probably
we got
about
there.
50 degrees when we got there at 1.
Like you'd walk outside and be like, okay, if I was out here naked for a little while, I'd be pretty cold. But once you get in the hot water, it feels nice.
Yeah, but then it started raining. The
rain
later.
at first was really nice because it was.
Yeah, if
like,
you were in the water,
yeah,
the rain was nice.
At the very beginning too, if you were in the water, it was like ooh, nice, cool. It made it easier to breathe, and then the water felt
kind
great.
of forced the humidity down a little bit.
Yeah, but then very quickly.
It got cold.
Yeah, it started getting
Like
colder.
by the time we were leaving,
The water was still hot, but outside.
Even some of the hotter baths
Yeah.
had dampened a little bit because of it.
Mhm.
But overall, it was pretty enjoyable. But yeah, if you went,
Fun as hell.
those were all the outdoor baths. If you went inside, one of the things that me and Zio did, but Ryan didn't, is you could pay 100 yen, which is $1, and you put your feet in this giant pool, and these little fishies would
Like
come.
minnows.
Yeah, little bitty fish would come and chew off the dead skin. And it tickled for like 30 seconds.
My feet
and then
are so ticklish.
and then you really couldn't feel it. But that was neat. I don't know how actually health beneficial any of it was, from the fish to
For
the
fun,
actual
probably.
bathing. But yeah, it's pretty much all for fun. Like
It all smelled good. That was,
my hands feel awfully my hands feel soft but dry.
mine are still a little pruny. I can see the wavy lines.
Like the skin is soft, but they feel dry in the air. So I don't really know how beneficial any of it was. We were probably there for what, 5 hours?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe 6.
Like all day.
Yeah, we got there about 1, and I think it's 7 now.
Because if we count them, there were the coffee, the red wine,
You forgot the waterfall.
the waterfall. Okay. Then the green tea, the Japanese sake, the cold water one, the rock bath, which was just more hot water. There were a lot of them that were like just hot water baths.
One
just
was
with some kind of
one
theme.
was charcoal, and what it was is you were kind of in a sauna room that also had water in it.
There was like charcoal things. Like
Yeah,
right
it was like simulating a sauna, but also a bath.
Yeah.
There was a
It was
the
practically in the
traditional
water.
one.
Yeah, one that just like
They dumped in orange Pez. It smelled like.
that smelled. It smelled
About
great.
about
Yours does.
10 seconds after we got in, this guy came out and dumped in this orange tang-looking powder. And it
There were
smelled like
other
orange
people
Pez.
there that were Japanese and they didn't get out right away, so it
So
wasn't
we
like
didn't either.
something that you had to get out for.
Yeah, but yeah, it smelled like orange Pez. But that was their traditional Japanese bath, I guess. Then there was a water slide. We only did that once
Should
because
have done the water slide. for you.
we're adults and water slides are only so amusing at that point.
I'm just too lazy to walk back up on like
Anyway,
the hard
there was so many kids.
on the hard surface too. Like a lot of the floors were so rough because they put kind of a rocky cement so that it's not slippery, but it's not fun to walk on.
And it was still just as slippery.
Some places were pretty slippery.
Then there was that one. There was baths that were like in the mountain, like etched into the caving that
That
you
was
could go
fun.
into.
The cave was so foggy, like once you were in the
The
back,
humidity
you
was-
couldn't see outside. And
Yeah,
you
the
couldn't
humidity
see.
was trapped in there.
Zio couldn't have found us and clear in the back, except Erica and her pink hair were sitting right in front of the light, so she was like a beacon in the fog.
I'm always a beacon in every fog. But that one specifically had a really hard, like prickly, bottom
floor,
to it.
yeah.
Like it was really
It's
unpleasant.
like they made it out of needles.
Yeah, like it was terrible. I'm like, who decided that for something that people are gonna be standing and sitting on, let's make this out of sandpaper.
But then Zio and I went to the naked hot springs.
Where there was a lot of naked old men.
Yeah, it was pretty naked. I'd say
I
five to 10% of the people who went in took their towel with them. Like a couple people I saw actually wrapped it around them, but then everyone else was just in the first bathtub, there was just the guy sitting there like this.
I couldn't go into the female one because here in
No
Japan,
tattoos.
they're very against tattoos because I guess that's mostly seen by gang members.
She's obviously a gangster.
Obviously. And I have a tattoo that's not easy to hide, especially naked, because it's most of my back. So I couldn't go. Technically, I'm also not supposed to go to the one here in the hotel, but plenty of people have seen it and no one's told me to get out or ran screaming. So
You don't look like you're gonna cut their thumb off.
yeah, and
Their pinky.
I only saw the no tattoos thing posted on the small placard they have outside of it. Like the information they have in it and the information that was in our room about it, none of it mentioned no tattoos.
Speaking
So-
of being here, this Hyatt's awesome.
Yeah, it is a very nice Hyatt.
And our room's huge.
Uh,
Look around, Zio.
I'm gonna keep talking while you're looking. But yeah, so no one's like kicked me out. So the no tattoo thing might be a cultural thing they're growing out of as it becomes more common. But just know if you're going to Japan,
That wasn't a
you
good shot.
Lots of tattoos, especially like our friend Josh. Be warned that people might not like that, and
They might think you're
and
a
don't
gangster
plan
or
on
just-
going to any of the naked baths.
Even though you're foreign, that the tattoo rule, they have to be strict about it so that the gangsters don't take it as like a challenge. If they just apply it to everyone,
yeah.
then it's
So
not
just know
like,
if you have tattoos,
we'll show you no tattoos.
be ready to cover them. If you're going to like what we went to today, I wore a shirt over my bathing suit, just in case. I didn't see anywhere where it said no tattoos, but just in case, I wore a T-shirt so I didn't get kicked out.
I think the website said no tattoos.
Yeah, they didn't mention it, but again, it might just be something that most people are cool with, but it's an official policy.
Yeah.
But anyway, one thing about being here though, like the hotel is beautiful, but there is no food.
Yeah.
No.
Well, we did find out that a taxi pretty much anywhere in this area is $7 to $10.
Yeah, like
And for three of us, that's nothing.
yeah, it's like here in America, taxis are outrageous.
Yeah, the taxi would be ridiculous.
But here you could pretty much get anywhere in the area for $7, which that's actually cheaper than the three of us were spending on trains pretty regularly. So, so now that we've realized that a taxi is an option,
But in walking distance,
But
like
yeah.
you eat at the hotel, which is
outrageous.
expensive.
As
for-
hotels are.
Yeah, all hotels.
But this one only had, and most hotels at least have something smaller that's a little cheaper. This one only has
like
the,
normally you might expect like a little coffee shop or a Starbucks. In
yeah,
the
they might
hotel.
have sandwiches.
It'd still be
or
like $3
more
more
than,
for a
but
sandwich.
it would at least be affordable.
yeah,
This
like a
don't-
$7 ham sandwich.
like
but
this, everything, like the cheapest
there's
meal was
nothing
30,
that I found
32,
like-
I
yeah.
think.
or you get a meal like the first thing they present to you is this $100
Yeah.
meal set. It's like no.
Yeah, it's like a
Can't afford
it's like
that.
a 5-course meal and it's $100.
It'd be fun to try once. We need to get some sponsors or something. Pay for our
But
food.
yeah, within walking distance, all we could find was a convenience store.
Yeah.
And
I stocked up on
one
chips.
weird thing because in Takadana Baba, there was Pepsi everywhere. Like there was an equal amount of Pepsi and Coke. Here in Hakone, I've only found Coke. In one machine, we found one Pepsi Next, which is
We
like
also found
Pepsi Max.
Twist in a different machine, didn't we?
I think that was it. Maybe the state. No,
Maybe that was one of the
that was
stations
on the way here. That was on the way here because we had like a 2-hour train ride. But
4 hours.
But yeah, in all of the, because there's just as many vending machines, but I've not found a single one that sells Pepsi, and neither did the convenience store. They also had Coke. I'm like, did Coke buy out this mountain?
That's kind of what Coke does.
So
if you wanna come to Hakone sometime,
and you're addicted to Pepsi, bring your own.
You can take the Odakyu Romance car, which is like $25 a person. So if you're coming by yourself, it's not bad. And it goes like practically straight here. Otherwise, there's just the Odakyu like Rapid Express line. It stops at like every station on the way, but it's also $11 per person. So if
One
you're traveling
thing
with a
though,
group,
be
that's
careful
kind of different.
because like twice you have to get off and change cars.
I think it was just once.
No, because we had to, when
Did
we
we
thought
do
we were
it
going,
once?
we messed up once, but we had to change a second time to get up here.
Okay. I
Because
think
we
so.
were getting on the train we thought was the romance car.
Right.
So like
You have to
twice
change
the
train.
tracks will end and you have to get off and get on another car that continues to go up.
Right.
We messed up once and ended up going back the way we came and then didn't mess up the second time.
That was, I can't remember what the place was, but they reached the stop, and then, like, they stopped there for a while. So
Which
if you're
should have been a
using
tip
Google,
off to us.
If you're using Google Maps and it like lists the station name, you know, don't be afraid to get out, because what's the worst that could happen? You wait 30 minutes for the next train, but like get out, look, be like, oh, we're at the end of the tracks.
One thing though, the conductors were very nice about it. More than once, they were like, "Are you going here?" And we're like, "Yeah." And they'll be like, "Well, you should go this way instead," or "Oh, then get back on the train."
Yeah, like we were standing at platform 7.
Yeah, like,
and
so
someone's like, are you going to Hakone?
Yeah, so they must be used to people getting lost, not just dumb foreigners, because they look like they were very used to helping people get through the crazy trains to get up here.
Yeah.
But it is beautiful up here. It's a lot warmer than you'd think, because there's snow on the ground.
It
But
looks
still,
cold, but
yeah,
it's
it's
nice
55
Yeah.
degrees
You wear a
Fahrenheit.
jacket and we're not cold at all.
Yeah, like as long as you wear a decent like coat or
Could be
you wear...
lucky that we come up here when there's no wind or something. I don't know what it's like all the time. One note on the changing trains though, sometimes, like, once you get past, like, the first section, when they're actually going up the mountain, the train goes up, and then it goes back the other way, but it goes, like, if you look, you'll notice that, because the tracks stop, and then at the front of the train, there's one set of tracks that go down, one that go up. So you came up the up tracks, and then you go back up the next set of up tracks. So it's like,
Yeah, that might confuse...
So don't think that's where you change train.
Yeah, one tip to know if that's happening is you'll watch the conductors, because we were at the back car
Yeah.
/ front car, depending. Will change.
Yeah. If you see the conductor and like the guy at the back will swap with the guy at the front every time they do that. So they'll do that about 5 times. But if you recognize their faces, you'll be like, okay, I don't get off here because it's the conductor.
Yeah, and now he's gonna lead the train the opposite way.
Yeah, you can tell, you know, when your side's forward, basically.
But really, if you just sit at any of the stops for more than like 3 minutes, it's probably...
You should be suspicious.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else we want to say before we wrap this video up?
I think we'll be going home soon, I hope. Park Hyatt now. I'm excited.
Yep,
Soon.
this has been the first 10 days. I think we're
We've survived.
on March 1st. We're coming back April 1st, so we have...
1 month to go.
Yep, we're a fourth of the way completed with our
We still have a month left.